911. What is your emergency? Caller, whispering terrified. There's someone in my house. Caller panicked. Oh God, he bit her. She's getting up. She's getting up. Cut to black. That wasn't a movie trailer. That was our future. A projection of what the first 72 hours of a real zombie outbreak in the United States would look like. Forget Hollywood. Forget slow shamblers and survivors with infinite ammo. Reality would be faster, messier, and far more terrifying. The question is, how long could America survive before collapsing into chaos? Let's find out. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Smash that like button. It tells the algorithm you're into this kind of content. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. And drop a comment below with your craziest what-if ideas. Patient 0 Inch. It wouldn't start with a worldwide event. No sirens in the sky. No dramatic news broadcast. It would start quietly. Let's imagine Patient 0, a dock worker in Long Beach, California. He's unloading cargo from a poorly declared shipping container. Inside, a rat carrying a mutated fungus. Something like cordyceps, but nastier. The bite seems minor. He shrugs it off, goes home with a fever. By midnight, he's delirious. By morning, he's violent. He bites his wife, then a paramedic, then another. The outbreak has begun. For the first few hours, it wouldn't look like zombies. It would look like a mystery illness, a freak case of rabies or encephalitis. The CDC is alerted. Emergency memos are written. But by the time the report even lands on a desk in Atlanta, half of Long Beach is panicking, and the virus has already slipped past containment. The spread? Here's the problem. This infection doesn't spread in weeks. It spreads in hours. Every bite is 100% contagious. One infected businessman boards a flight to Chicago. A truck driver, bitten and feverish, heads east to Dallas. A terrified family flees north to Oregon. The virus doesn't just spread randomly. It follows the arteries of America, the highways, the airports, the interstates. The military is deployed. The National Guard sets up checkpoints. FEMA rolls out quarantine zones. But how do you quarantine something you don't understand? Imagine a soldier hesitating to pull the trigger on what looks like a confused, staggering old woman. In that moment of hesitation, his entire squad is gone. And that hesitation repeats thousands of times. The military has the weapons, the discipline, the firepower, but against an enemy that never sleeps, never surrenders, and never hesitates. Even the most powerful military on Earth crumbles. The fall of America. By week 2, America is unrecognizable. The power grid shuts down, not because of zombies chewing wires, but because there aren't enough workers left alive to run the plants. Water treatment facilities are abandoned. Cell towers go offline. The president and top officials vanish in bunkers deep underground, like Cheyenne Mountain. For the average American, the government is gone. What's left is 28 days later, but nationwide. Picture it. Cities like Los Angeles, New York, Chicago. Once blinding with neon, now silent ruins. The only sounds are the wind, the echo of footsteps, and the endless moans of the infected. Within a year, 90% of the U.S. population is gone. But that doesn't mean humanity is finished. It just means the rules have changed. The new tribes, the survivors split into 3 new archetypes. 1. The fortress dwellers. Ordinary people who turned everyday places into castles. Imagine a Walmart supercenter in Texas transformed into a fortress. A prison in Illinois. A gated community in Florida. They're stocked, fortified, but stuck. Sooner or later, the horde will find them. 2. The nomads. Wanderers on the open road. Convoys of armored pickups and motorcycles. Masters of scavenging. Always moving, always hunted. Free, but never safe. 3. The rebuilders. Communities hiding in mountains, islands, and remote valleys. They farm. They filter water. They dream of something bigger than survival. A new society rising from the ashes. But this is not a utopia. Every encounter between tribes risks bloodshed, because in this new America, trust is more dangerous than the dead. The new undead. And the zombies? They change too. The freshly turned are fast, feral, and terrifying. But the older ones, whether by sun, rain, and time, become slower, rotting, skeletal. Don't let that fool you. Because the real danger isn't one zombie. It's the herds. Mile-wide rivers of the dead sweeping across the Great Plains, drawn by instinct, sound, and hunger. Tens of thousands moving as one. No wall, no bullet count, no convoy. Nothing can stop that tide. The American spirit. So what happens to America? The idea of the United States is gone. But the spirit of survival lives on. In scattered pockets across the continent, ordinary people do extraordinary things. Parents teaching kids to farm with makeshift tools. Soldiers turn leaders carving out safe zones. Scientists with no labs trying to reinvent medicine with scraps. There's no miracle cure, no lone hero, no cavalry charge. The future is fought for, inch by bloody inch. Who would you become? And here's the question I'll leave you with. If tomorrow the world collapsed and you woke up in this new America, who would you become? Would you barricade yourself as a fortress dweller? Would you burn rubber on the highways as a nomad? Or would you try to rise from the ashes as a rebuilder? The world as we knew it is gone. Skyscrapers stand hollow. Burned out cars rust in the streets. And the moans of the undead echo through the ruins of civilization. Humanity has been brought to its knees. Not by bombs, not by war, but by an endless plague of rotting flesh. Survivors wander from one hiding place to another, clinging to scraps of food, scraps of hope. For most, survival means staying quiet, staying hidden, waiting for the end. But a rebuilder thinks differently. A rebuilder looks at the ashes and sees possibility, where others see a graveyard. The rebuilder sees the foundation of a new world. To rebuild in a zombie apocalypse doesn't just mean stacking bricks and hammering nails. It means finding the courage to stand against the constant fear, to lead people who have forgotten what trust feels like, and to carve out light in a world drowned in darkness. It means creating safe havens where families can sleep without listening for scratching at the doors. It means planting food in poisoned soil, forging weapons from scraps, and teaching others to fight when the dead come knocking. It means taking the risk of being loud in a world where silence equals survival. Because without rebuilding, what's left to survive for? To rise from the ashes is to accept that loss is permanent, but not final. It is to become more than a survivor. Survivors endure, but rebuilders inspire. Survivors hide, but rebuilders lead. Survivors cling to the past, but rebuilders create a future. So the question remains, when the world lies in ruins and the dead surround you, will you fade into the shadows? Or will you rise from the ashes as a rebuilder? And more importantly, what's the first skill you'd wish you had when the lights go out? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. And if you want to survive the next scenario we'll explore, hit that subscribe button. Because the outbreak is just the beginning.